Cybernation Uncensored.
All right, we're live. Everyone can see us and hear us now. Well, hopefully. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, everybody in chat, let us know if anybody's muted or frozen. We'll try to get that fixed right away. I know sometimes there can be glitches while we stream here, but I think everything is good. I'm waiting for chat to give me some feedback, make sure we're not muted or frozen to them. Yeah, this is our weekly Fallout 2D20 gameplay we do every Friday right here. We did take off last week. Brandon got to go on a really fun cruise, so we took the week off, and now we're back. Next week, we're taking off because Jay is attending a convention down here in LA. So we wanted to hop in here today, and although we do have things scheduled after this stream, so we do have to keep it short and sweet, we did want to stream and not miss another week. We want to do at least a little recap on what's been going on with the team, start the gameplay right where we left off from last week, to kind of set up where things are going to be headed once we get back into it the week after next. So before we get into that, before we start with the recap, the gameplay, and start today's session, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online, and introduce your character as well. Brandon, you want to start it off?
Sure. I'm Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando. And yeah, I stream with Realm Smith every Monday night, stream with Sirenscape every Thursday night, stream here every Friday. So if you're interested in watching any of those things, feel free to follow me on my socials, and you can get the updates on what's going on there. And I am playing Jerry the Ghoul, the ghouliest ghoul you've ever met.
Oh, yeah. Darth.
Hi there, I'm Darth Cern. I do a lot of Fallout content over on YouTube, particularly on Fallout 76, and cover other English, difficult apparently, and cover other Bethesda games as well. So if that's your sort of thing, do head on over and check it out. I very, very much appreciate it. Well, profuse apologies for the slightly late start this evening. That will be my fault, as I completely missed the daylight savings. I'm struggling today. Daylight savings change in the US.
So I blame US more than you. I blame the time change is what's more annoying than you having to remember it and showing up a little late. Yeah. I'd rather let's get, like we talked about, a universal time change, or get rid of it. I don't know. Something needs to be done.
Yeah, let's just blame history.
We need Darth on the stream. Damn it! So everyone else is to blame. Let's do this. Sorry. All right.
I'm playing Sprocket this evening, a Mr. Handy who is new to the wasteland, in a roundabout sort of way, outside of his little garage anyway.
Yeah. Jay.
Oh hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm here every Friday. I'm also every Saturday. Actually, I'm doing my series finale on the initiative order for my Deep Breath anime adventure Nightfall, where it's old world of magic meets a new world of technology inspired by anime, manga, and JRPGs for the live playtest. There's other playtests that'll be happening all across Twitch. You can get all that information on the social media at Deep Breath RPG, and you can also sign up for the newsletter, in which I'll be sending out special content, including a limited release adventure for Deep Breath. On deepbreathrpg.com. That's DEEP bread, THRPG.com, where you get to travel through an abandoned mall dealing with bandits, raiders, and rogue robots. And I am playing the super mutant Yasuke Kenpachi, the samurai of the wasteland, bringing light in the darkest corners.
Oh yeah, well put. And I just want to bring attention to Stay High Mooney in chat there. I believe that's my buddy Chris. Hopefully I'm remembering that's your username there. But he says, "Hi, I'm Stay High Mooney, and I need to play. I like long walks on the beach and full Borgs." So yeah, I just wanted to give you a shout out, man. You know you're part of the Cybernation Uncensored Discord. Post to those looking for group channels. Try to get into a game. That'd be awesome to see you playing. Maybe even streaming with one of our teams on our channel eventually. That'd be awesome. But back to introductions. I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. And you're here you're seeing Cybernation Uncensored. This is my channel. So we're here on Twitch, we're on YouTube. We do lots of gameplay, streaming, tutorials, all kinds of stuff. And it's not just me. We showcase other GMs as well and special events. One thing I want to bring up and make sure everyone is aware, next Friday, although we're not doing Fallout because Jay is attending that convention, we are still streaming that day next Friday. I'm doing a special one-shot a session of Cyberpunk Red with our Talsorian Games right here on our channel, and it's going to be a charity event for the Ukraine. It's in partnership with Project Hope. I started up Cyberpunks for Ukraine, and that's what we'll be pushing. So next Friday, make sure you tune in here. I believe it's at, I want to say 6 p.m. Pacific, but don't write that down just yet. I'll be putting out the flyer and promos after today's stream with all the official info once I solidify it. But yeah, I hope everyone can tune in, donate, be part of the charity. If you can't afford to donate to Ukraine or be part of our charity event, at least share the link. Let people know that we're doing this and try to get other people to support the cause. I would really appreciate that. And anybody out there, make sure you subscribe and follow to Cybernation Uncensored here on Twitch and YouTube so you get the updates. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have a real active Facebook group as well as a Discord. So join us there. And for the sake of this weekly game, I am playing the Overseer, the one creating the stories, the NPCs, and just throwing wrenches in the works to see what the hell these players come up with to deal with it, you know? We'll see. I'm not going to get into a huge, thick, detailed recap because we do have, like I think 20 session videos on the Mad Queen YouTube channel, which is where we started this team. So everyone can check out Mad Queen's YouTube channel to see the beginning of this team before Yasuke the Super Mutant teamed up, which is when we moved it over to the Cybernation Uncensored channel because Mad Queen had to go attend Harvard. She will be back eventually, though. So yeah, check out all the previous sessions, see all the cool things that the team has been through, but ultimately they're in Florida. They've met a cult up at Disney World that has a missile silo that they wanted to send off at the USSA launch pad over there, where the Enclave has some chemical thing they're working on called Clean Wave. Now, Clean Wave they made to hopefully wipe out, ghouls and super mutants and things, but it's killing everything. It's just scorching the earth, killing everything. It's still a work in progress, obviously, but this cult wants to take them out. They don't agree with that sort of thinking and what they're planning on doing. They don't like the Enclave. The team basically met the cult and agreed to try to help them. In a way, they took the circuit board from the missile silo to kind of, I don't know, give them some time before they set off that missile. They're not sure who they want to team up with yet. They said they'd be back to kind of get them a circuit board. They pretended like they needed to go out and find the circuit board for the cult, and they convinced them. They had some good persuasive roles and convinced them that this was the case. They headed out. They ended up running into a cool merchant named Gramps. They ran into a crazy super mutant at an old West Tech facility that was mind-controlling ghouls. He created a device that he was attaching to ghouls and mind-controlling ghouls to raid settlements and places, to build up arms and weapons and supplies and things that he was helping give to the Northside Kings, these raiders in North Miami. Because this super mutant with his ghouls was going to team up with Gramps and Northside Kings to try to basically attack the Brotherhood of Steel that took over Miami and South Beach. They've moved in, been just like the Northside Kings. They're just gathering supplies as Brotherhood do. They're building up their establishment, their compound in Miami, and doing what they do, trying to just dominate and take over Florida just like Enclave. Not a lot of details. The team hasn't really met Enclave or Brotherhood of Steel. Like I said, they dealt with that super mutant mind-controlled ghouls. They took him out. They didn't like what he was doing. They kind of made friends with that cult a little bit. They made friends with Hank, one of these random farmers working with the Brotherhood of Steel. Maybe a little slave labor situation or something, but he's still working with them. They also met the Northside Kings. They made their way into North Miami. They met them. Richter, the guy running that raider camp and team, basically said, look, I'll help you get this Clean Wave and stuff down to the Brotherhood and your message of what's going on. And I kind of like your idea of trying to pin the Brotherhood on the Enclave, let these two superpowers dwindle down their numbers enough that maybe then we can step in and take them all out or something. And maybe the team has their own intentions behind that plan. Like, you know, I don't know if they're necessarily wanting to team with the Raiders or the Cult or Enclave or Brotherhood or what. You know, it's up to the team, but this seems like the best options in the path that they're choosing. And through that, working with Richter to basically get a human courier to take their message and sample into the Brotherhood in South Miami, he asked the team, like, look, I'll do it, but you got to do me a favor. You got to basically go up and take out these Junktown Raiders that are a little north of here at this Junktown and this landfill. They've been just a thorn in my side while I'm dealing with Brotherhood. They're fucking me up and stealing from me, fucking up Gramps and stuff. So the team did it. They went up there. That was last session. I recommend everybody watching that. It was pretty epic ending. Not going to get into too much about that because it was awesome. But yeah, they did the job. They made their way back to North Miami, where they met up with Richter. Richter said, that's awesome. I'm glad that you did it. It's late. Go get some sleep. Head back to the motel if you want. And just come and see me in the morning. And I'll have the courier ready. Give me the sample. We'll, you know, send them into the Brotherhood and get your message there and take it from there. Is there anything that I missed that I should bring up for the sake of chat or anybody? I think that's the main key points, right?
I think you covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think that's good. And you know, like I said, all the other little details, everyone, go watch the previous sessions. They're all VOD'd on our YouTube, on the Cybernation Uncensored YouTube, and the Mad Queen YouTube channel. So check all those out. It's very entertaining. But yeah, let's get Sirenscapes going and dive into today's gameplay. Get some sounds. Shout out to Sirenscape, official sponsor of Cybernation Uncensored. Recommend everybody check that out. Like Brandon mentioned, we do a weekly Cyberpunk Red gameplay over there on the Sirenscape Twitch channel every Thursday. You should tune in and check that out. All right, cool. So you guys got done. It's nighttime. Richter said head back to the motel, get some sleep, come see me in the morning. We'll say you all head back to the motel, and you get in there, get into your room. It's late. Looks like everyone's asleep. The city's pretty much shut down for the most part. Not a lot going on. And I'll let you take it from here. You can either discuss things or you can get some sleep, and we can streamline to the morning if you want.
Oh.
Yasuke has nothing pressing for the night. Yasuke isn't going to immediately go to sleep, but Yasuke will begin the evening or night routine of late night training.
No sign of Curly hanging around then at the motel. Has he already gone and crashed out?
Yeah, it seems like he's already asleep. It's pretty late.
Fair enough. We should probably let him know what transpired with the raiders in the morning, so he's up to speed. I don't know if this will impact his operations in getting ghouls and people out of Miami, but I'm sure he'll want to know about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably be pretty interested to know, just in case they were part of a smuggling operation getting people through.
Or causing problems for it, which is also a possibility.
Probably more likely, to be honest.
They didn't seem to be a friendly bunch.
No, they didn't. Better dead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we could
Little
say...
peace
what was that, Sprocket?
Say a little more peace in the wasteland is always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can say everybody gets some sleep. And just like before, you know, you get good sleep, which increases your HP above your normal stat. I think we looked that up. It was like 2 points above. Is that what it was? Yeah,
Yep,
okay.
2 points above.
Yeah, 2 points above your max HP for the next day. Because you got great sleep. You have a room with an actual bed. It had a pillow and everything. Blankets, you know? It's crazy. But yeah, you get your sleep, you wake up, head to the office, and sure enough, Curly is there. There's the little sort of continental breakfast sort of thing that he puts out for the guests. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of guests here. It seems like you might be the only ones here. But he does have a few things out to eat, and he's sitting there just working at his desk in the front office.
Good morning.
Hey, you made it back. I wasn't sure if you came back last night or not. How did things go?
Yes, we were a little late in making it back, but we're all in one piece.
That's good to hear. So you had to do the favor for Richter and deal with the the raiders and all that. So you took out those Junktown assholes, or what? What happened with that?
Yes, I guess you heard about a little trip up north then. It's the,
Oh, yeah.
Well, they won't be a problem any longer. They, no, definitely out of the picture now.
All right, well, yeah, no, word gets around pretty fast, as you can imagine, in town. But no, it's good. You know, those guys are a bunch of assholes up there. They've been, you know, cutting off our supply chain off and on for the past year, and they're just complete dicks. So that's kind of good, I guess. And hey, if you got to do what you got to do with Richter to get the help, get this whole process going. Hopefully, we can eventually, I don't know, see a light at the end of the tunnel, get some freedom for the town, or stop this whole conflict between Northside Kings and Brotherhood, and get to some normal living where we're all like just, you know, trying to help each other survive rather than fighting each other while trying to survive, you know?
Absolutely. Well, we were hoping this would have a positive impact on your operations here, so that would definitely be a bonus if that was the case.
So what's the plan? What do you guys got planned for today? I know you know, you said Richter was going to be hooking you up with a courier, getting some, I guess, a human to pass on your message to the Brotherhood. Other than that, what else is, what do you got going on?
Well, I think so far that's about as far as we've got planned. Hard to predict what will happen from there.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, Brotherhood, even Richter, all these guys, man, they're just unpredictable. You never know what their intentions are. But like I said, look, you've got that the mark of our railway system, and you know you've got an ally in us. If it comes up and we can help, we will, obviously. But you know, keep me posted on things. You know, I'm sure you got to get things moving. Richter's probably waiting for you as soon as you're done eating. But like I said, I'm around all day working. Hit me up anytime, and keep me posted how things are going.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Well, then.
So,
So there's, well, I suppose both Yesuke and Jerry might need a little breakfast.
yeah, I could go for some squirrel bits or something.
Yeah, there's
My shrugs.
some squirrel bit omelet looking things going on here. Some questionable items, but everything looks clean and good. You know, you can trust Curly. So yeah, you guys can eat some breakfast. At least get a meal for the day. Drink some water and head out. At least you don't have to worry about food and stuff today.
Indeed.
But yeah, you guys can head out into town. I'll bring up that map for fun. Just a little visuals. Like, we don't get so map heavy in distances and things, but it's kind of fun to give a little visuals to go hand in hand with the sounds from Sirenscape, just to help set the mood. But yeah, you're going through the town and heading back into Richter's storage. You go to meet up with Richter. A couple of the other raiders direct you, saying, yeah, he's in storage and in the compound. You can go hit him up, and you head over there, and sure enough, he's there with a handful of his raider guys. Looks like a couple sort of, I don't know, techie mechanic looking guys. Then he's got his guards with him. I mean, it looks like they're working on some of those bombs and devices. They're in that big room with the huge catapult. You can see that they're working on some other Molotov things. They actually have some old school, like, gasoline fuel. They have a bunch of tanks of those that you saw the tanks before, but now you see they're actually opening them and pouring them, and you can see they're actually making other Molotovs and stuff. They also have some napalm. But yeah, you enter in, and Richter's over there just working, but he notices you when you come in, and oh, hey, gestures you over.
Morning.
Morning. So, you ready to talk to the Brotherhood, try to get this thing going, huh?
Indeed. Perhaps we should be asking you this under the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We're just working on supplies, just tweaking things. It's a never-ending process here. I want to keep arms up. Brotherhood's not to be taken lightly. in the least. But that's neither here nor there. Let me introduce you to someone. Yeah, and he starts.
Not expecting trouble, are we?
No, but you know, we got to defend ourselves. We have to keep up supplies. We have to keep up the pressure. Otherwise, you know, Brotherhood won't see us as a threat, and they'll just walk right on through us, and we can't have that. But yeah, come on. Let me introduce you to somebody. He walks you out of the storage and over to one of the other buildings. I mean, you walk in, and there's another guy there. Doesn't look as much like a raider as a wastelander, but he's got at least clean clothes. He looks a little more just normal civilian style human. Probably better, maybe the more inconspicuous sort of look rather than raider or, you know, team member look, or you know, someone that would put up a fight, so to speak. This guy just looks like a normal guy. But Richter says, yeah, this is my buddy Jake. He's down to do the courier thing. If you want to fill him in, we've got him paid. Brotherhood will at least listen to him, but you got to fill him in. Tell him exactly what you want him to say and do, and he'll go on his way. Like I said, I'm a man of my word. You took out the Junktown Raiders for me, so I'll help this process.
Okay.
Thank you, Victor. It's good to know we can rely on you.
I'm gonna get back to work. You take it here with Jake, and he looks at Jake and just says, once they give you the info, just head in through the main gate and just go talk to the asshole, see if you can work this out for him. Then he just leaves.
Hey, Jake.
Hi there.
We've got some stuff we need you to talk to the Brotherhood about. You feel comfortable doing that?
No, but from what I hear, I don't really have a choice. I'll do it. I've agreed.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Shouldn't be too much trouble for you. Look, we've got this here, this glass jar. It's got a sample inside of something left over, something called Clean Wave that the Enclave is using. And this thing will kill anything in its path. Now, we think that Enclave is going to use this against the Brotherhood, right? So we want to get the Brotherhood a good enough warning so that they can go after the Enclave. Know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. It's like Richter said, you were trying to pin them on each other or whatever, I guess. Okay, so I take that... Whoa, this is warm.
Yeah, you might want to keep the lid on that until you show it to the Brotherhood.
Okay. Yeah, he puts it in a satchel.
Yes, we're hoping that the Brotherhood and the Enclave will fight it out. Hopefully the sample in there will convince the Brotherhood of just how dangerous this Clean Wave device that the Enclave has is. Because they don't seem to be particularly discriminate in their use of it at the moment. There's quite the mess up north.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll tell them all that. I mean, I know the Brotherhood and Enclave don't really get along. I know they're here dealing with, you know, Richter and everything, but this stuff seems serious, and if this is happening, I mean, hopefully they'll do something. I don't know. I'll tell them though. I'll pass on the message. I'll do my best, and I'll come back as soon as I get a message to pass on. You can tell he's really nervous. Don't even have to do a perception check. You can just tell he's sweating a little bit, you know, stuttering his words a little.
Hey, look, you're doing them a favor, right? So hopefully they should accept you with open arms, because if they didn't know about Clean Wave, the potential for it to come their way, you know, they'd be caught unawares. They should be grateful to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Why don't you give me a charismatic speech, Jerry, and let's see if you can break at least one success with that.
Nope.
Let me bring up the. I forgot. I got to bring up the dice overlay too on the thing there. All right. No, yeah. He's. Okay. Yeah. I understand. I'll do my best. Like you can tell he's listening to you, but he's still nervous. You're not able to kind of boost his confidence enough.
Even if the Brotherhood already know about Cleanwave, it's entirely possible they won't have any samples of the effects of it, and this information may still be valuable to them, even if they already know about it. Worst case.
Well, either way, I'll bring it to him. I'll tell him. Richter already said that a messenger's coming in, so I'm at least able to do that. I'll do my best. I'll let you know what's said.
Good luck. Do be careful.
You got this, Jake.
He takes the Cleanwave in his satchel and heads out. Kind of pauses at the door, looking down. You can tell he's like thinking. Kind of does this deep breath sort of thing, and then marches off down the street. Yeah, takes off. Probably gonna be a little while for him to deal with all that sort of stuff. And again, I can streamline things a bit for the sake of stream. And this session being a kind of short and sweet stream, I'm totally down to streamline things and get to the key points to set us up for the next session where we're back to normal. But by all means, if there's particular things you need to do, people you want to talk to, certain shops or buildings you want to look for, anything you guys want to do, you have the day in town while this courier is going down to chat. So just let me know. Otherwise, I'll streamline.
Do you think we should have given him some kind of, white flag? Just in case when he was walking up to the Brotherhood's place?
No, he looks like a courier to me. Maybe he'll be okay. Maybe.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
On his own, just one guy, they wouldn't shoot him on sight, would they? Would they?
I mean, they'd shoot me on sight. They'd shoot Yasuke on sight. This guy, maybe not.
Well, he's got better odds than we have, then.
Yep. Thankful for that.
Definitely. I don't know what might happen if they got their hands on me, but I shouldn't like to imagine. Can't imagine independent action and the like would be something they'd be in favour of, so I can't see that ending well either. Certainly don't fancy being turned into some paladin's toaster.
Yeah, you deserve better than that, buddy.
Do we need to pick up any ammo or anything like that? Do any shopping? Are we all reasonably well stocked at the moment?
I'm actually really good on ammo right now.
I'm doing okay, I think.
I am adequately equipped for what I need.
Yeah, I think everyone was able to, in the previous session, at least get some supplies when you first got to North Miami. In Gramps' supply shop, he wasn't in town, but he should be back in town in a day or two from what you hear. In which case there might be more items and things to choose from, so that might be kind of good. But yeah, if everybody's supplied up, you got to eat and drink with Curly this morning. You got the courier set off. It sounds like everyone's good to go. We'll say you guys hung out in the town, maybe walked around a little, checking out some shops and things, just kind of killing some time. Maybe back at the motel, chilling out for a minute, just a little casual conversation with Curly a bit, But yeah, the day goes by, and then it becomes late afternoon when you hear a bit of a commotion coming from over in that sort of supply warehouse where Richter was posted up. And then a couple raiders, a couple of his guards come to grab you from the motel, saying, hey, Jake's back. He's with Richter. They want to talk to you.
All right, lead the way.
All right. They take you back
Looks
to
like
the...
you made it, okay?
Yeah, no, he's back. He's back, but he's got a message. I don't know. I didn't catch any of it, but Richter said go get y'all to come and talk to him.
Right.
So yeah, he takes you over to his little armory sort of set up again, where they're still working all day. They've been working on this catapult, this napalm, these fuel Molotovs and things that they're doing. But Richter sees you. He's standing there with Jake. Jake is just kind of standing there. He looks nervous. And Richter, hey, come on, we got some updates. He calls you over. So, message got to Brotherhood. Jake, why don't you just fill him in? Straight from the horse's mouth, right? And Jake just steps up, looking just as nervous as he was before. I got there. I met with the Brotherhood. I gave him the sample. I met with the Paladin Horatio Reyes. He's the one running it. And then you see Richter kind of look a little bit confused and like look over at Jake. And then Jake goes on with the conversation. But he says it's interesting. It's something that they're going to look into. It's something that they should have control over. I could tell he wasn't taking it lightly. But he also said he wasn't sure of my intentions or what we're doing. And then we got into exactly the source, and that you all were the ones that brought the sample to Richter, and I'm trying to get the message to them. And anyways, Horatio doesn't want to talk to me. He wants to talk directly to the source. He's calling for you three to go and meet with him and go talk to him about all this.
Yasuke smiles.
This could be interesting.
Is there any assurance of safety? They don't like people like us.
He assured me that you all would be fine, that he wants to talk to you, that this is bigger than this, and it's important to him, and if everything is what I said it is, which is what you told me it is, then he said it should be fine, that the bigger picture is more important. But he didn't believe me, to be honest. He was almost not wanting to let me go. But I suggested, I said, well, look, if you don't believe me, maybe talk directly to them. They told me, and I'm sorry, but I was worried I wasn't going to make it out. But he agreed. He said, he would talk to you all and confirm this. He wanted to hear it directly from you, exactly your intentions, what all about this. He didn't want to hear it from me.
Well, it seems we have at least made some progress. We've made contact. That's a start. And nobody got shot.
That's true. Jakey here looks like he's all in one piece.
Yeah, they kept that clean wave sample, but I made it back.
That's got to be a good sign. Now, we're obviously interested in what you had to say, what we have to say. Perhaps we should consider something of an old-fashioned approach to this meeting, though. Go with that, the way they did it in the movies back before the war. Neutral ground, somewhere nice and public, where hopefully nobody's going to get shot.
That's probably the best course of action. Best chance we got.
And you see, Richter, while you guys are kind of talking amongst yourselves, you see Richter take Jake aside, not too far away from you, just a few steps away while you all are talking. He starts talking to Jake a little bit. And while you all are talking, I know you're preoccupied with your own conversation, but give me a perception speech. And this is going to be a difficulty of 3. And I don't know if all 3 of you want to shoot for that, or if somebody wants to assist, because you're going to have to use AP, or you're going to have to pick one person, the other assist, or you all 3 can try with AP. But difficulty of 3, perception speech. So you tell me how you guys want to pull that off.
Anybody got a speech skill? Huh?
We've only got 2 AP. I've got 1 point in speech. That's it. No tag.
I got nothing.
I've got no points in speech, but I've got 8 perception over here, so...
Okay. So that would be higher than my score.
Okay, then what you can do then is maybe Sprocket will lead it, which makes sense. You know, being a bot, you know, maybe he's picking up audio a little better than a human ear, even while being able to multitask. The computer multitasking, you know, he can listen while talking.
A little bit of lip reading maybe with one of the eyes.
Yeah,
kind of...
exactly. Yeah, one eye is like
one's on Yasuke, one's on Jerry, and the other one's kind of off this way, watching what they're
like over the shoulder of Richter. He's like, no, but yeah, you hear it. Let's do that then. Let's have Sprocket lead it up, and then if he at least has one success, then Yasuke and Jerry can assist with at least one d20 under their.
Should I drop an extra dice on there and use the action point then?
Yeah, and keeping in, not to metagame too much, but keeping in mind this is a very short and sweet session. You know, I would definitely suggest don't hold out on AP. You know, using luck, any of those fun things, because this session is not going to be long. Yeah.
Well, if we've only got 2, I can only add 1 die anyway. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and then PWB says, can you use a +2 from the peanut gallery? Yes, absolutely. Just keep in mind with Fallout, you want to do the -2. Those bonuses, yeah, -2 to help the team, +2 to hurt the team, which helps the GM, so the overseer. So it's the opposite of Cyberpunk PWB when you reward. So -2 to help them right now, if you would. And if not, no biggie.
If -2 appears, I might as well use it. If not, well, we'll roll with 3 dice and just use one of those action points for now.
Yeah, go for it. Roll it, and if the there you go. Thanks PWB. Ask and you shall receive. Nice.
Thank you kindly. So, here we go. No tag skill. So we've got 1 success, and my target is 8. So 2 successes, because I'll take that roll of 10 down to an 8. So.
Nice.
That would be
Perfect.
2 successes.
So now you just need 1 success, either from Jerry or Yasuke, right?
Yeah.
Not that that's easy, but.
All right. You go ahead, Jerry, first, though. Nope. Okay, so I just rolled with 1 dice, and what are the odds of me not being able to do this? Pretty high.
Yeah, no, not enough. Sprocket, you're not hearing the details, but you do hear Richter speaking with Jake while you guys are discussing your approach and you know, going to talk to Brotherhood. You don't get a lot, but you do hear Richter talking to Jake about, like, he mentions Paladin Horatio Reyes, that you saw him kind of look a little confused when Jake mentioned him before. You hear that name drop again, but you don't hear any details or whatever. They're just kind of talking to themselves, and you guys can continue on with your conversation of the way you want to approach Brotherhood of Steel.
Yasuke's not engaged in the conversation on the tactics, so openly Yasuke just, what do we know of this Paladin Reyes, the one in charge? And it says it like to the whole room, just out like as kind of for everyone.
Yeah, Richter stops talking to Jake, you know, brings it. Yeah, we don't know a lot about that guy. That's what I'm talking to Jake about right now. Yeah, don't know too much. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, we used to deal with this elder Arthur Reyes when they first moved in, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he's just the asshole of assholes of Brotherhood, but I'm not sure about Paladin Horatio Reyes, and then Jake leans in. That's who I spoke to. He's running Miami. Yeah, I'm not. It's a little confusing, but yeah. I have no idea what to expect from this guy.
You said you dealt with a different race.
Yeah, we dealt with an elder Arthur Reyes before, and that's it's kind of why we came into power. I mean, he was the one running things when they first came down to Miami. He's the one that took over Miami. He's the one that put out all the little Assaultron teams and the Assault bot teams and the sentries doing the compound when they discovered the military base and just fucking up people and ghouls, and I don't know. They're just flexing their power, trying to take over everything. You know how the Brotherhood is. But anyways, that was that asshole running that. He was an elder. He was Elder Arthur Reyes is how we knew him. I met the guy once when we tried to negotiate initial sort of territories, and they just wasn't having it. There was no talking, and to be honest, I wasn't trying to be that flexible either. But whatever. I don't know. I know nothing of this Horatio Reyes. I don't know.
Change in leadership, perhaps.
It would appear so.
Maybe some instability over there.
Or, if the name is as it says, it is the patrilineage that has been provided in leadership.
It definitely sounded like they have the same family name. I have no idea.
The question is, has the apple poisoned the tree to grow a new forest? Or is it blooming the same garden as before?
Quite.
If you know where there's an apple tree, let me know, because we could use some more fruit and shit in this town.
It is a saying I was taught.
We have a figurative apple tree as opposed to a literal one.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just not used to too many super mutants coming in with deep thoughts and shit, you know? Sorry.
I was taught much poetry. It is good to keep the mind in security.
This is definitely true. Yasuke.
Well, I think, based on what Jake's saying, I think it's your only approach here if you want to go and talk to these guys and see what you can do. Jake's saying you gotta talk direct to the man himself. So, I mean, what did they say? And then Jake leans in and kind of goes on with a little more detail, explaining. No, they said to go back, tell the ones that got the clean wave to come back and talk to him. I guess just like I did. Just they'll be expecting you. You can approach the gate. Let them know. They'll take you in like they did me. They took me to their compound. They just interrogated me. I'm sure that's what they're going to do. They want to talk directly to you.
Then I believe it is our best bet. However, if you were the messenger that originally was sent to return us, my understanding is Brotherhood shoots people like me. I request the messenger deliver us as well.
I think perhaps we ought to find a nice, safe place that is not the Brotherhood's main base to have those meetings. As if their reputation is anything to go by, going in there might not be the best idea if we want to come back out again.
However, I do not have fear to enter there. Though they operate in specific ways, they are not one to be considered liars, devious. They are direct in their affront. They do not do veiled threats. They do not circumvent their tactics. And if they wish to meet with us, then we will meet them. And if they wish to do it differently, then they will have to abide by our changes. And if they choose to act in violence, I will eliminate them all, one by one.
I admire your confidence. What's your take on this, Jerry?
I would like to be able to meet them on neutral ground too, if that's possible. Look, I'm nervous about this. I don't think they got any use for people like us, except target practice. And I don't know any Brotherhood people personally, because let's face it, they just don't like people like me. But I don't know if we can trust them or not.
Yeah, and Jake leans up. I mean, I told him what your team was and who originally got this clean wave shit, and yeah, I mean, he knows that, you know, you got a mutant and a ghoul and a bot in your team, and I told him, and he assured me, you know, that you'd have safe passage to come talk to him, and he wants to hear it directly from you and go over it, but he promised that you would have passage.
If I may, I do not believe this is a ploy of any kind. If we are only but 3 individuals traveling the wasteland, we have no forces behind us. In tactics, if we were part of a branch, it would be a trap. But if we are a separated group, this is too much of a front to try to make a trap. I do believe there is sincerity in their approach. They are concerned about the information, but I do believe it is actually the distrust of the kings. This message seems to be a trap to them. They are as concerned as you are. They want to ensure that what we are doing is not a trap for the kings to set for them. I do believe honesty is our only option. Otherwise, death will be delivered.
He definitely didn't seem to trust me so much. I mean, he saw the clean wave. He saw that shit, and he was very concerned about it. But he just said he wanted to speak directly to the source. He wanted to question you all and to talk direct. I guess I didn't have the detailed answers that he was looking for. Maybe he was thinking there was alternate intentions or something at one point, because he was asking me why. And I didn't know why. I just said that Enclave suck, and you know, and I don't know, but
it is as simple as the man does not trust the boy that speaks of the wolf, for he wishes to see the teeth himself, determine the validity of our bark.
I think you have a very good point there, Yosuke. Brotherhood doesn't stand to gain anything by shooting one mutant, one robot, and one ghoul. They might stand to gain something by talking to them, though.
Well, I don't like it, but I'll go along with it.
I will say, if circumstances prove to be dire, my plan remains to eliminate them, but only to ensure the both of you can escape. But I do not believe that will be necessary.
Perhaps we should take this one step at a time and see if we can get them to at least come out, rather than having us go in to their base. That might be a worst case scenario at that point. If something goes wrong, we can at least run for it.
Well, if we approach them, as he said, he went to the gate. We do not pass the gate, they will meet us outside of the base. At least that way we are not within the confines of their compound.
I think that would be a reasonable precaution at least to do that. I can't see why they wouldn't agree. They would feel secure enough there themselves, I would think.
All right. I guess we gotta do this.
And Richter walks over after messing with his workers on this big catapult and things. He notices that you are kind of gathering your things and getting ready to head out to go on this. So he walks back. Hey, so you figured it out. You're gonna go talk to him and get this handled, right?
We're gonna try. We'll see how this goes.
All right. Well, I got one little sort of saving grace thing here. I don't know that it saves you so much as the rest of the city, but I hope you take that hero's approach if shit hits the fan. And he lifts up and he hands you this flare gun, which is just like an old school, like you would think a flare gun, this fat barrel, little short nub pistol. And he hands it to you and just says, if at any point during this meeting you catch wind that, you know, things are turning south and he's gonna go hard on us, or something fucked up is going on, you know, set off this flare, give us some warning, let us know that things things are about to get chaotic. I just don't. I just never know what to expect, and you know, you're going to be right there. Just give us a heads up if things take a hard left turn.
That seems like a potentially wise approach.
Yeah, he hands you the flare gun.
Jerry, do you know how to use one of these things? It's not
Oh.
my area.
Like any gun, you point and shoot.
Well, this one's a little different. But
Point that to the sky and shoot it. It'll set off a little flaming beacon sort of thing. It'll basically be a visual message to the rest of us that shit's not working out.
Yeah, okay. I can hang on to this then.
yeah, I think you should do the honors on that one. So Richter, you wouldn't happen to have, say, some kind of really long stick and a sheet, would you?
Long stick in a sheet. What do you?
I'm
missing-
thinking a
missing
white
something?
flag might be a good idea here, just so they know we're not
Yeah.
we're not a threat, and
You'll
they
be-
know who's coming up there.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Look, we have the gates separated. There's a nice little impasse sort of distance. Jake says they're expecting you. I don't think you'll have any problem. Just keep your hands up. Don't approach with any weapons, and you know, it'll be fine.
Well, suppose if worst comes to the worst, then
I
always.
understand. You have distrust of the Brotherhood, but I believe again. A direct approach. We simply go. We speak. We work from there. Over preparation will lead to an early demise. They see eagerness in battle, eagerness to fight. Let us go with the intention they delivered. Speak.
Well, there is something to be said for the direct approach.
All right. Well, I'll be here working all day. You get it handled. Come back, fill me in. Let me know if this is working out. If you successfully get the Brotherhood on the Enclave up there, we'll make our move, and this will be good. Just keep me posted. He turns around, gets back to work.
So, Jake, in the event that this doesn't work out, how far do we have to run?
What was that?
In the event that this doesn't work, to Jake, how far do we have to run?
I mean, I don't think you can run away from the Brotherhood and all their bots and weapons, and I don't know.
If it's that, I'll be turned into a toaster. I'm definitely going to try.
Yeah, well, if you do, I just run back here. Don't look back. Run in a zigzag pattern. I don't know.
Yes, I hear zigging and zagging is the way to go.
I say let us be, and apart.
Here we go, I guess.
Here we go.
Yeah, the team gets together and leaves this sort of, the North Side Kings, Richter's armory, where he's working on this big catapult and napalm and fuels and all his supplies. Is you see, he's not just putting together extra supplies, but he seems to be organizing the ones that he has. Like he's like, I guess preparing just in case, like as he said, shit hits the fan or takes a hard left turn. You know, like he saw the clean wave. He seemed to believe the speech test that we did. You know, like he believes you. He seems to get it. He saw the clean wave, but he also doesn't know exactly how the Brotherhood will respond. He doesn't know what's up. You saw he was a little not knowing a lot about Horatio. Who was it? The elder Arthur Reyes versus the paladin Horatio Reyes that Jake said is now in charge. So he didn't know about that. So it does seem like he is doing a little bit of preparation. But other than that, didn't get enough of a read on him for more information. As you head up to the front gate, you basically make your way through this town, and you see as you get closer into actual Miami from north side, you see a change in the city. Like it goes from, you know, active power and shops and neons and people and just like signs of life to more just kind of decayed post-apocalyptic city. Like there's a definite like gap of about maybe a block or two, like think of city blocks, like a block or two in between where the Northside Kings and the Brotherhood are posted up. And just like when you enter the North Side, lots of barricades, fencing as you're leaving the North Side. And then you go through that gap where it's just dead. It is just dead silence, you know, wind, nothing, no people. You can tell it's that sort of like, what is that, DNZ or the like between North and South Korea sort of vibe, you know what I mean? Like it has that sort of like tension feeling where as you're going through
No man's land.
Exactly, yeah. But as you approach, you start to get up to what seems like a little more civilized area. You can tell it's very similar to North Miami, if not just a little more teched out. Like, you know, it seems like there's a little more power. It's a little more less overgrown, like they've put bots to work, we'll say. You know, it just looks a little more progressed comparatively. But as you get there, you see the fencing, the barricades, the whole setup. There's you see some bots up there, just as described when I think it was Richter explained when Brotherhood of Steel moved in and took over the Homestead Air Reserve base just south of Miami and kind of civilized the rest of Miami with their bots as protection. You know, they have sentry bots as defense and Robo Brains serving as analyst and defense, and Assaultrons that they use for kind of attack modes and offense. And then they've got, let's see. Yeah, no, that's what they went over. But that's what you see as you approach the gate. You basically see some bots. You can also see some of the Brotherhood posted up there. It's very evident because they have their power armor on, like the helmet overlay would show. But you see them kind of headed posted up. There's maybe about 4 or 5 power armor guards posted up by the gate. You can see what looks like maybe 2 sentry bots. Some other bots in the background, some things. It's hard to really tell because of the barricades and such, but right in the center you do see them. And as you approach, one of the guards kind of steps up forward. You can see he's holding some type of rifle, not one that you have been lucky enough to encounter or buy or whatnot, but he does step up and he's got the rifle and he's just holding his hand up, telling you all to slow down.
Perhaps we should announce ourselves.
Yasuke slows to a halt.
This is where it gets tense.
Yeah, and then the guy speaks up, lowering his hand back onto his rifle. Is this the team for Clean Wave?
That is us.
Hello there. Yes.
Okay, place all your weapons over here, and then enter. He steps aside. You see the gate open. You see some of the other sort of Brotherhoods and power armor step over to the side where there's this sort of bench set up that he's directing you to put all of your weapons there. Obviously, the bot can't.
How are we feeling about this?
Not too good, but if you trust them enough for this, then I'll go with it.
Yasuke actually will just immediately remove the katana and place it.
All right, the rest of you, seriously, you have a meeting with Paladin Horatio Reyes. It's about this Clean Wave shit. I was already informed. Do you want the meeting or not? Are we doing this? Weapons on the bench. Let's go.
I will leave the weapons here, but if we leave the weapons, I do request that the meeting comes down to here.
No, direct orders. You're coming into the compound. You're meeting directly with Paladin Horatio Reyes in his office. This is what we're doing. We're not having a meeting near your weapons. You place the weapons here. You come on in for the meeting. Look, if you're concerned about any safety issues, I've already informed the courier. We've already been passed down word. You have safe passage for the meeting.
All right. And that includes a safe exit, too?
Yeah, as long as you behave yourselves, obviously.
I understand my hesitation, I'm sure. So I'll put my weapons away.
Nice. PWB in chat says get a receipt.
Any layaway tag?
Yeah,
Check?
he gives you a little coat check tag. Yeah, a little ticket.
It's a good job we're not having power armor or somebody be off valley in it for.
Yeah.
Yasuke will reveal his left arm, which has the metal gauntlet with the bolts that has it bolted into his arm.
Yeah, he reaches up and actually like touches your arm, touching the bolts and like realizing it's all attached. Nah, fuck. All right. Give me 1 second. And he walks off. What was that?
You guys got the guns.
Yeah, hold on. We'll just wait till he gets back. That guy goes off for a moment while you're standing there. None of them speak to you. Everything's just kind of hanging out in silence, a little uncomfortable. As the guy comes back after maybe about 10-15 minutes, that's fine. You know, obviously, you and the bot have certain things you can't remove, so it's fine. Just all other exponential weapons, please, on the bench. Let's get this meeting. Let's get you to the meeting.
It's very understanding of me. Appreciate it.
Yasuke makes sure everything's put away and then is ready to follow.
Nice. So everybody puts all their weapons into the bench, with the exception, obviously, of what's attached to Yasuke's arm, bolted into his flesh, and obviously what's welded and attached and bolted as part of Sprocket the bot. But it's fine. You give all the weapons in, they put them on the bench, and this guy, with a couple of the others, start escorting you. And as they escort you into the city and town, it's like each one of these power armored Brotherhood of Steel on either side of your team. You notice that behind you there's a sentry bot just following, maybe, you know, I don't know, 20-30 feet behind, and it's just slowly following behind along with the two power armors. As you make your way through the city, you see it's civilized. There's, you know, just like the north side, there's shops, there's, you know, a restaurant, a diner, a hotel, you know, you can see living quarters off towards the east, very similar to the north side, because at one time this was all obviously one city. But as you get down here, like I said, it's a bit more cleaned up, a bit more civilized. There's a bit more tech, as you see, with like the powering, the lighting, the cables going from building to building, things that have been kind of rebuilt. Aside from that, you notice a couple other like you know, Brotherhood of Steel members walking by, a couple others in power armor, things like that, and they just kind of like look a little bit confused at you all walking through the city. Like, you can obviously tell looking around, there's no other ghouls or super mutants or you know, unissued bots, so to speak, just wandering around the city. It's definitely Brotherhood of Steel territory. But at one point you do see one Brotherhood of Steel guy kind of like off to the side take off his power armor as he like takes it off aside, and he starts playing with his kid, like tossing a ball back and forth, just doing like normal like family human things, you know, like just normal life stuff. And he's playing with his kid, and as you go by, he kind of like looks, pulls his kid in a little bit, like he looks a little bit nervous, looking at Yasuke and Jerry.
Give him a wave.
Yeah, and you continue on. What was that?
So far, so good.
Yeah, I'll let you guys discuss that for a moment if you want, just at least what you're seeing and entering the city, maybe a little anticipation of where you're going.
Yasuke seems more comfortable than typically. Steps more of a marching formation. The nature of their physical approach keeps eyes fixed forward. No wandering. Very militarized in how he's moving now.
Yasuke, does this look familiar to you? You been here before?
I have not been here, but I feel familiar with protocols.
Some of those memories coming back, perhaps.
I do not remember, however, there are scars of thoughts.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, who knows? Maybe we have the first super mutant to join the Brotherhood of Steel here.
and you make your way through the city as you kind of get past the normal sort of, I don't know, civilian quarters or sort of feeling like a normal city, and it kind of gets into a more military zone vibe, militaristic sort of setups where you can see a bunch of sentry bots kind of going around this compound, this huge compound, which you kind of recognize maybe as what Richter was explaining, or maybe I think it was Curly who was explaining when Brotherhood first moved into Miami and took over the whole U.S. military robotic storage facility, because they took over the Homestead Air Reserve, and that's where they found the robotic repair and manufacture facility, and that's kind of where they've posted up, and that's become their compound down here between the Air Reserve base and the military robotic storage and repair facility. But as you're approaching, you see these two big buildings connected, and like I said, it's very militaristic in the bots around. You see more Brotherhood of Steel and Power armor up by the front doors, and over off to the west, or east, I should say, because the living quarters were towards the west. I think I reversed that earlier in my speech. But going towards the east beach side, you can see that down on South Miami Beach, yeah, you see a whole like row of vertibirds and like other bots and things going on. It's a bit of a distance, but you see they do have some forces or something going on down beach side as well. But you get up to the compound, and everyone just parts ways to let you in. It's like, they were expecting you there. Just like the guys at the gate, it's word has gotten around this Clean Wave thing, and there's this team, and they're actually letting a ghoul, super mutant, and bot come in to speak with their paladin. But they part ways. You enter into the compound, and you're just seeing it kind of sectional. Like there's like a lot of storage of supplies and things where they would do repairs for bots, where they would manufacture. You also see kind of where they have a makeshift armory off to the side. And then you can see like a bunch of what would be maybe scribes or something along that line, kind of doing inventory of a bunch of equipment and things. But they make your way through all this facility. You see it's very active and working. Back to a main office where you meet with this paladin. You basically enter an office. Oop, I don't have the visual here. All right, no problem. Yeah, you enter, and you're greeted by Paladin Horatio Reyes. He's a young man. He looks like he might be of Spanish descent. It's hard to tell, but yeah, he's fairly young comparatively to other paladins, maybe elders, people that you would assume running a city or even a portion of a faction. He seems like he's maybe in his late 20s, maybe mid 20s, something around there maybe. But you enter in. He's got a couple other next to him. You can see there's a scribe in there. There's an assaultron, and yeah, he just welcomes you in. Come on in. I have plenty of questions. We really should discuss this Clean Wave deal and everything else, but first things first, I'm Paladin Horatio Reyes. It's nice to meet you.
Good afternoon. Or is it good evening now? Ah,
Yeah, we'll say evening.
good evening. I'm Sprockets. This is
Yes.
my good friend Jerry, and this is Yosuke. And yes, he is friendly. Mostly.
Yeah, I was told. And you have my word. You have safe passage. You're completely safe here during our meeting. You can see he's got the jar of Clean Wave on his desk, and he kind of like taps on the top of it, and he says, This seems serious to me. So you have my word. We're not gonna kill your friends or reprogram you or anything like that. We just want to hear it directly from the source. what this is, how you came about it, what you know about it, and what exactly are your intentions in bringing it to me. Why are you trying to get me involved exactly? And what do you have to benefit from me getting involved? And this is where we'll end today's session, with you guys meeting Paladin Horatio Reyes. He welcomed you into the office. He guaranteed your safety. He seems like he's taking this clean wave shit pretty serious, but he has his concerns. You haven't had to do any rolls to read on things. I just kind of wanted to put this little preliminary setup of scene. And we know we're off next week. Jay's going to be at the convention. I've got my charity stream with our Talsorian Games right here. So the week after, we'll continue on, and that's where we'll dive into you guys getting a read on Horatio, the little introduction. I'll reiterate the questions he asked. Obviously, you feel he has concerns. And this gives you a little bit of time to think about it, too. So when we get back into the gameplay, you guys can kind of discuss your approach and then start that conversation and see what happens. And then, yeah, aside from that, before we do our little outros, because I do want to just take a moment, because we've had time off. We got time off next week. I want to go around the table, everyone promote themselves again, let them know where they can, find you online and all that good stuff. But before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. All of you mean so much to me. You are the fuel on my fire. You keep me creating content and you keep me moving forward. It means a lot. So shout out to Kevin Moreno, Joseph Holder, William Huddleston, Naomi Madlass, Jamie Minch, John Effort, Leaded Coffee, Michael Edmonds, aka Kira, who I think was here in chat helping out for a moment there. I know he was on the Discord earlier with some Fallout lore. I really appreciate you. Same with Lobster Falcon, getting in there and helping out a lot. That was really cool. Chris Anderson, Dolan Pondsmith, Matt James, aka GM Reservoir Panda, Rothan, aka Renegade 420, Revolver Gray, Steve Barr of Sirenscape, Zeno, Zach Capricious Nature, who's going to be running his Team Asia Fallout 2D20 game right after this one, so nobody go anywhere. Make sure you stick around and watch their gameplay. They start up at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. Cyber Smiley, Raven, Andy Stretton, Copious Salt, and Tracy Goodwin, who's also part of that Team Asia team. So all of you, seriously, thanks so much for supporting the Patreon and keeping me going. Like I said, you're the fuel on my fire, and it means so much to me. Everybody else, make sure you subscribe and follow to Cybernation Uncensored here on Twitch and on YouTube, and check us out all on social media. We have that charity stream next Friday. I would really appreciate everybody tuning in, donating if you can. If you can't, at least share it. Let people know that we're doing a charity stream with our Talsorian Games. It'll be a special Cyberpunk Red one-shot. I don't want to give away what the special part of that is, but tune in and check it out. It's definitely going to be unique, and we have a guest GM making an appearance from our Talsorian. It'll be a lot of fun. That being said, let's go around the table. I won't start with Jay, even though I'm so tempted now that you put food in your mouth to fuck with you a little bit, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be nice. All right, Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando on the social media networks. And I just wanted to let you know, because I haven't plugged it here yet, on Sirenscape, they've got a new sound set called Trauma Team, which is for Cyberpunk Red, and you'll hear my voice in there as all of the Trauma Team members and radio chatter and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that, if you're a Super Siren, if you're curious at all, feel free to go ahead and check it out, Sirenscape.com, and enjoy.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know which one it will be, but I just brought up some of that Trauma Team sound set in our Sirenscape. I was hoping there would be one I could just, here we go. I was hoping to get some triggers of your voice in there real quick.
Turn up the silence.
Step back.
Yep, that's me.
I love Sirenscape. It's so much fun. Yeah, I'm
There's some one shots in there too, like the step back or step away from the vehicle.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me see. Oh, that's in the back off section. That'll probably play here in a second. But all right, yeah, everyone, you get the point. Check out Sirenscape. Check out the new Trauma Team sound set that Brandon was able to do some voiceover work for. Yeah, anything else you want to plug?
That's it for today.
Nice. All right, Darth.
Hey, I'm Darth Zion. Do a lot of Fallout content over on YouTube. You can find me over there at /Darth Zion Games. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. Same handle. Also do a little bit of pre-release Starfield stuff as and when we get news on that sort of thing, and a few other games as well. So if you're interested in all things Fallout and particularly Bethesda games, do head on over and check it out. I'd love to have you drop by.
Yeah, well put. Jay.
Oh hey, Yasuke's who I play, but you can call me Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual. I'm also all over various parts of Twitch, especially this upcoming month of April. Over on the Initiative Order that works with Jasper Game Day, I'm doing the series finale of Nightfall, the anime adventure, using my Deep Breath system, which is 5e compatible, where the old world of magic meets a new world of technology, in a world inspired by anime, manga, and JRPGs, such as everything from One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Black Clover, and games such as Dark Souls, Final Fantasy, and even Monster Hunter World, elements from crafting, carving, hunting, magic, and guns. All that infused with magical cars and other things similar to all that aspect. It's pretty much cyberpunk meets fantasy in what I consider Shadowrun, but anime. You can also get all information on that at Deep Breath RPG on Instagram and Twitter, or the website deepbreathrpg.com. And you sign up for the newsletter. When we get launching for the Kickstarter and other projects, we'll be sending out adventures, new classes, special species, special spells, and other things that are accommodating to that system. That's the gist of what I'm doing and what I'm up to. Also, my partner, we're working on a new Ravenloft project that's going to be really exciting. But you can check out She is the Ancient on DM's Guild, the gender-bent Curse of Strahd by Itzbeth the Bard. It's an amazing experience where it doesn't just change the gender, it changes the narrative around sexism, racism, and other negative elements that horror can be bad without being negative. All that can be on She is the Ancient and future projects that we're coming out with that, hopefully in the next few months. So that's me. That's what I do, and thank you.
Nice. Awesome. Well put. All right, everybody, make sure you subscribe and follow. Like I said, next Friday, we're doing a special charity stream. We won't be doing Team Wasteland Fallout. And I think GM Capricious Nature, just so everybody knows, he's not doing his Fallout either. So next Friday, no Fallout. I know it's typically our Thank God It's Fallout Friday. We do our 2 streams, mine and then Capricious Nature. Neither of those are going to stream next Friday. It's strictly going to be focusing on that charity stream. Capricious Nature is going to be joining me on that stream as a player, so it should be a lot of fun. So yeah, that being said, we'll be back at it the next Friday after that. So make sure you subscribe, follow, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Take care.
Cybernation